Hi guys, Dorota International nail artist and educator here, and today we are gonna be playing with some texture and a chrome, absolutely amazing, and I hope you really enjoy learning how to achieve this technique, so have a preview of them in here. Very simple and easy, yet effective, so let's start. It is really quite unusual design. You can see it at different angles, like it looks slightly different, quite nice and interesting, and I will show you how to achieve this look. So let's start. We do have the tips ready and you want to paint them a little bit black, like so. I will show you a few different versions of it. I've got some black in here on the side, and then on this one we are going to do the design on the bottom, and the top part is going to be all black. The previous two, they just have been painted easily black without of design. And then using the D-liner brush, we are going to clean up our line. Just to make like some sort of empty window here. And then cure this one. On that one, I'm just gonna go and make the windows on the side. So this side is gonna be painted fully, and that's the side which is joining the previous nails. And then color it in. And on that one, we are gonna go opposite. And then color it in. Okay, so the previous ones have been really simple. I have just painted the entire nails black. Then I want to encapsulate some flakes. And I might actually use some glitter gel polish as well for it. So that one is Morning Fog. And just paint this color in this empty space. Then without of curing, I'm just gonna grab those flakes and place them there. Like as many as you can squeeze in. Using a gel sponge, we are gonna just dab it. So the gel sponge, you can see it is sticking out, but the gel sponge is gonna make it nice and flat, which means we will have less sticking out bits and pieces. It wouldn't be great for any type of glitter. I would only use it for a very flat glitters, like Aurora flakes, and then cure it. Do it on those ones as well, so I'm just gonna grab the same gel polish. Painted it. It's actually a really beautiful color on its own as well. You can see it really nice and metallic one. So that was Morning Fog 232. And then those flakes. Keep it off from the black. And this one I can flatten a little bit. Okay, now I'm just gonna apply top coat over it. We wouldn't have to do it. We could do it slightly different if we wouldn't have a Aurora flakes, but I want to make sure it's perfectly smooth later on for painting. So just apply those top coat. And then the same on the other two. And now, because we've got those flakes, I'm just gonna gently buff the surface of it, the flakes, just to smooth them out. Oh, I have touched this one. So just give it a buff to it. Perfect. Remove the dust. And then reapply the High Shine No Wipe Top Gel. Now this time we want the top coat quite nice and neat, because this is going to be our final top coat. The rest is going to be like a 3D texture nail. Cure it, 60 seconds cure. And when this tip is curing, I'm just going to quickly rebuff those nails. And then the same on the other one. Top coated. And again cure it 60 seconds. Okay, oh no, that one is ready. And we are gonna wrap some chrome over it. I have choose some Aurora chrome and magenta. So we are gonna do a mixture of it. Since Aurora chrome is much lighter, I'm gonna start with that one. And I'm just rubbing in this chrome on the one side. Here it is gonna be different, so more to the end. And then opposite on that one, so more to the top. Get rid of the Aurora chrome and then swap into a magenta chrome. So small amount of it, tap it, and then start rubbing it in. It will kind of give us ombre effect. Don't worry if you go over the other part of your design. We'll clean it that later on. So when I'm applying the chrome, I usually go like tap tap to bring the chrome in, and then I start rubbing it. And you can see it, we've got really nice ombre because on some parts where the Aurora chrome wasn't wrapped in, we are getting some magenta. So I've got like pink, orangey, greeny color, yellow color, and like really interesting look. And then wrap this one on the top, and here same. So we're going from the lightest to almost orangey and then magenta on the top. Okay, fantastic. So here you can see it, I went quite strongly over the design, doesn't matter. I will show you in the next step why. Just get rid of your product so you don't drop anything. And then High Shine No Wipe Top Gel again on my mixing palette. And I'm just gonna grab the detailer brush. And we are gonna do a couple of the random dots. Okay, so just pick up a small amount of the product and do very random dots in there. Don't get them too close because the top coat is gonna spread, so I think they are nicely visible. And now I'm just gonna cure it. There is still some room for the dots, but I don't want to make them to kind of blend in together. And you can be pretty fast with it, like if you leave those empty gaps for a first layer, and then we can just kind of make them a little bit bigger, going in between. Again, once I have done a little bit, I'm just gonna flash cure it. Don't want to risk them joining in too much together. And you can do it different shapes, like, I mean, it doesn't have to be like messy dots, it can be anything, like really nice and clean dots, like you could do it line work, anything really you can imagine. I'm doing very random shapes. And again, swap it. Okay, now start filling up those empty spaces. So I'm having just a little bit less product in. And just adding more of the top coat in any empty space I can find. Like even if it's just like a very, very tiny wee dot. And then same. You can do it until you feel it is safe to do, like, and until you see that the dots do not join in together. And basically, the more of those dots you've got, the nicer, chromier results you will get. So I'm trying to squeeze in as many as possible. Again, freeze this one. And the first one is ready for a cleaning. So I'm just grabbing a blue scrap. And then we are going to remove the chrome. Only on the places which doesn't have a top coat. So you can see it, we have cleaned it on those silver parts. And now I'm making sure you go really in between those empty spaces so the black is gonna show. Like the places where we have no top coat, the black is gonna keep showing. Like the cleaning can take some time, like, and the longer time you spend on it, the better results you will get, like the nicer and cleaner look you will get. So this one is clean, and I can finish this one with the dots. This one has still lots of room in there. Okay, let's freeze it and clean the next one. Okay, so you can see it, everything is joined together. I will just actually clean the middle part, just to show you. And ideally you want to go like one direction and then different direction. Because this is a 3D, so you really need to go in between that. Okay, so you can see the difference. The black is showing more in this middle part than it does on the top. Now let's clean it all. Like really decent clean. And then check if we have to do it any more dots in this one. Yes, I can squeeze it a few more. And that's it, let's cure it. And then this one is cured as well. I'm just gonna try it, if it's not gonna be actually easier to clean it with like a cotton or some wipe rather than the lint-free wipes, because they are quite lint-free, which make the things more difficult to clean it. Yes, this one I think is cleaning and better because I can actually push it through in between those empty spaces. You can see it, it's becoming really nice. And I love how we managed to get those beautiful ombre in there. Perfect. Okay, let's move on into the next step. So you can see it. It looks really nice and interesting. Something different for a change and a bit of texture. I'm gonna grab the French gel. Just a small scoop of it. Actually 3 scoops. And now we can start painting a wee squiggles. So I want quite a lot of it going on those lighter space here. And do it really nice and large swirl. Something inside. I'm just gonna grab D-liner brush because I've got beautiful curve in here. And the Tyler brush is actually awesome for doing those part of the swirl, but for the ones where we've got more of a line or curve, the D-liner brush is better because it's longer, so you can do it more. And what I'm doing is I'm painting like 3 lines in there. Less product in. And now I will be just joining it into some leaves. And just keep going, adding more and more. Okay, this part is filled, so I'm just gonna cure it. D-liner brush. And on this one, I want to start actually going into those black parts as well. I tend to search where they are. Okay, now let's start filling this up with some sort of swirls. Join some of them as leaves. And then I'm just gonna clean my brush so I've got very little product to paint it smaller. Okay, cure this one. And then on that one, you can see it, we've got some places where we've got this top coat. I don't want to put my white in there. I'm just gonna squeeze it in. Where we've got black. First of all, you get a neater painting because on the places where you've got an actual top coat, it is a raised surface, so it's not gonna be this easy. Okay, and then another leaf. That is plenty, it's just to blend that area in. Again, D-liner brush. Go opposite direction. Once you start kind of painting like on first patterns, you will see where to place the brush. You kind of just go really into an empty spaces. And just blend that in a little bit. And some leaf shapes. Cure this one. Okay, that one is ready. So I can take a UV cleanser. So the French gel doesn't need the top coat, but we need to remove the inhibition layer. Like it's almost nothing in there. I always clean it as well. And also By this time I might still touch up some places where I've got the chrome which isn't clean. And this is our index finger. Then I've got the pinky and do it just the same. And then the thumbnail. Is it ready too? So quite nice, interesting look. Something a little bit different with those texture. I can show you this full set. Yeah, it looks different, like completely different. There are moments where you can see the chrome quite strongly, and sometimes it disappears. I love it how we managed to get so many different colors and how the flakes are showing up through it as well. I hope, guys, you have really enjoyed this tutorial. Sending you huge glittery hugs and looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye!